What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Replica Models channel. My name is Ben, and today we are going to be taking a look at the custom droid from Galaxy's Edge. Before we get started, if you could leave a like and subscribe to the channel, we'll be doing more reviews just like this one in the future. So for starters, this costs $100 at Galaxy's Edge. This, of course, is the R2-D2 version, which you can buy him all assembled just like this inside of the Droid Depot. That is also $100, but this one particularly was booked through an experience, so we put this guy together all ourselves. The only real differences that I can tell from this one and the one that you buy already assembled is just some small blue detailing here and here. There's just a little bit of blue where this silver is here, and as you can see on this one it's silver because when you go to assemble your droid there's just tons and tons of different versions, and of course they wanted to have them as neutral as possible so that you could put this white body with any different colors instead of being forced to do something with blue right there. So they did a silver, which is a little more neutral. So that's really the only difference between this one and the one that you would get all assembled. The other thing about this is you are going to need some batteries. It does come with the batteries when you build your custom droid. I don't know if the one fully assembled comes with batteries. I assume it does, but I'm not sure about that. So the batteries you are going to need once they do die, because they will give them to you, but you're going to need 2 small batteries, which are the AAA, and you're going to need 6 AA batteries, as you can see, which is kind of a lot, but I'm sure it'll last quite some time, which is pretty easy to take out, and you'll see it's just at the back of the droid. You're going to need a small screwdriver just so that you can get that locked back into place, which is super easy. And then the same thing with the controller. You're going to need just a small screwdriver. Boom, you got that in. So when you go to build your droid, it's going to come in pieces. So you're going to have your leg pieces, both sides, this middle leg separate, your head, and the body. And that's for this particular R2 unit. And then when you go to actually the station where you're going to put it together, you're going to have a couple choices. You're going to have these guys right here, which you're going to have several colors, and these go onto the side here, which you just snap into place, bottom first, which is super easy. And then you also have a choice of these guys right here as well. So you can have whichever color of these and whichever color of these. But of course, like I said, we went with the original R2 unit, so we chose the blue. And another cool thing about this droid is you can buy some extras. As you can see, this guy up here and a couple of these small pieces are extras. I believe they run $13. And another cool thing is you can get some interactive pieces as well, like some turbo jets that attach to the side here. That's why you will see that there is a chip there, right inside there, that connects, so that there's a button on the controller that if you press, it'll make that action. Well, unfortunately, I didn't get any when we went over to Galaxy's Edge, because at that point of the day I was like super tired and my brain was not working. But if it was, we totally would have got something, because that was one of the main things that I wanted. But like I said, for some reason I just totally spaced it out. Another thing we'll take a look at, you do have these compartments here, so these will hold all of your extra components like this guy. So you have several holes there, and then again on this side, same thing. You'll have about four compartments so that you can plug in your different attachments. This middle one here, I don't know if it is for these attachments, because it's actually not fitting in there very well. So I think there's probably a particular attachment that fits in there a little bit better in this center compartment. And then you have this compartment, which you can actually change the personality of the droid, which is pretty amazing. So right now, if you just choose the original R2 unit, you'll see that he is, of course, he'll have the original R2 sounds and personality. Whereas if you change the chip, I believe there's about 6 different chips, you can change the personality to something a little bit different, a different kind of droid. And of course, like I also said, you can get different colors and stuff, so you can truly make a 100% custom droid however you like, which is super cool. So let's go ahead and start this guy up and take a look at some of his features. So to get him into the mode where he moves around, you're just going to want to move your legs back and move your feet up. And then this leg goes back as well. So when you first purchase your droid, it is going to be a little tight and a little difficult to move those parts. So just kind of be firm, but not too firm, and they'll kind of loosen up as you go and start to be more and more easy. And to turn R2 on, he's just at the bottom here. You have a switch, and if he ever disconnects from the controller, which I have not had a problem with, you also do have a sync button there. And then you turn on your controller, which also has a switch. And then it's pretty easy to control. You got to be careful because he is very fast. So you can control his head. And then you can also control his side movements. Make him go in circles if you wanted. And then of course, forwards and back. And then this bottom button is to make him talk. And as you can see up on his face area, he lights up, which is awesome. He has a ton of sounds. I don't even know how many are actually on here. And yeah, I originally didn't think that I would like this as much as I do, but once I got it, I now want a BB unit. These are super cool to play with, especially if you have someone else controlling it. It's almost like you have a little R2 friend. Another cool thing about this is I'm going to weather it. I'm going to make it look a little bit more like something that's been used. As of right now, it is totally clean, but we'll make another video as soon as I weather it up. Another thing to note about this is the bottom front wheel is actually just a swivel wheel. So the only wheels that actually make him drive or turn are these back wheels here. So he is a little difficult to steer sometimes because the front will kind of make him want to go whichever direction he wants to go. But overall, this is a super cool piece. For $100 is definitely, I think, a pretty good price for what you get here. Fully functional R2 unit. And I'm sorry, I almost forgot about that last button. That last button is for the action. Like I was saying earlier, if you have either the boosters here or I think you can also put on some blasters, and you can have blasters on the side that you can control with that button. So he is pretty sturdy, so I wouldn't worry about breaking him or nothing. I think that for the most part they did make these for kids or big kids like us, so it's not really fragile at all. I'm not worried about it in that sense. I believe the head does come off, and you can buy a couple different types of heads and you can replace them, but I don't think that it is actually meant for that. So if you're going to be doing that, I would be doing that very carefully. I have not removed the head on this one just because I don't want to ruin it just in case, but I've been told that all you have to do is just lift up gently. But again, I haven't had the guts to do that to mine yet, so I wouldn't really suggest doing that. I would just I would suggest maybe making sure you know which one you want before you put it on there. Also, there are some stickers that you can buy or decals so that you can change up the colors here and on the body as well. You can also change these panels, so you can buy extra different panels that have different colors. And overall, it was a really fun experience. Going into the droid depot was quite amazing, with all the droids hanging around everywhere, all the different parts, and then the conveyor belt that you pick up all your parts off of, to the activation, which is really cool as well. Just the whole experience was really cool. So for $100, I think it was definitely worth it. It can get very pricey over there at Disney World, but if you save up your money, which most folks do because it's kind of something that you've been saving for a while to do, it's definitely worth it. I love this thing. I love displaying it and pulling it out and just having a good time driving it around, having them talk to everybody, showing them off whenever I have friends over. So in a review, yeah, is it worth $100? Definitely, I think so. I think they did a really good job at making it a good price, because for other droids that you can find is going to be a little bit more for the capabilities that you have. So once again, Galaxy's Edge, you did it. I love this thing. So thanks again for watching the video. If y'all have any questions about Galaxy's Edge or droids or anything at all, leave them down in the comments. And thanks again for checking out the video.